Hey, y'all, it is Rose Love, and welcome to my channel, babies. All right, let's talk about what we got going on for March. It is going to be bringing in so much transformation and things like that, and it's that kind of energy here. We're going to be focusing, especially as we move into, March in and of itself. We got to deal with Venus. She's popping up. She's going into Aries. So those are things that are coming for us as we move throughout the month of March. So we're gonna kind of just jump right into this reading. It is a collective reading, so yay. Shameless plug: if you like the content of my channel, hit that like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the reading. If you like it, if you don't like it, just let me know what resonates. Of course, leave it, or what resonates, ride with it. If it doesn't resonate, let it fly, right? All right, without further ado, we're gonna jump right on. Okay, so let's talk about this retrograde. Let's talk about Venus retrograding into Aries. This is going to be a time where you want to be careful, right? Especially around March 1st. You've got the passionate, fiery energy of Aries roaming around, so people are going to be, feeling themselves, if you will, standing, not necessarily thinking things all the way through, more inclined to deal in passion when they're talking to their partners or things like that, and just overall as we go throughout the beginning of this month, okay? So you want to be careful with that, because then we also have Venus, right? And so there may be a bit of a lack of communication here. So around March 1st, like that first week, if you can avoid those kind of conversations with your partner, I would suggest you do so. And if you cannot avoid those conversations, remember that we're in a retrograde. We're in this retrograde, and what it looks like right now while we're going through this retrograde is not going to be necessarily what it is, the following week, okay? But I will say this. It feels like for the collective, there really is going to be a focus on relationships overall in general, and your connections and how you're moving. Patience will be needed, but patience shouldn't be so hard, right? Yeah, Venus. Patience will be a little bit of a struggle, but you guys, you'll get through this. Like, this is something we're gonna get through. Retrogrades happen. We know about them. As long as we know ahead of time, we can prepare for them, right? So find your patience, find your space. Really, we're going to really be reflecting on what it is we need in connection, what that feels like overall as a collective. I think that's also kind of important with the political climate that we're living in here in the States right now. And not just here in the States, it's kind of all over, right? But mainly here in the States. I'm in the States. So the political climate that we're in, we're definitely going to overall, it's going to be about relationships. It's going to be about connections, what that looks like, what that means, how that feels. And what kind of things are we not going to allow from here on out, and what kind of things we are going to allow from here on out. All right, so let's just kind of jump into it. First, we're going to start with the past, and we're going to review some of the past energy that we've been dealing with as we go into March. And so give me the messages. Thank you. Yeah. So in relationship to the past, we have, like I said, we're definitely going to be finding patience and trying to be mature for love and things like that. We definitely have the energy of holding on too tightly to something. And this can be in relation to coin. In the past, these are things that we've known that we've done. Some of us, maybe we're so concerned with making sure our family has everything that they need that we don't allow ourselves those little moments to spend on ourselves, to take care of ourselves, to do the things that we need to do for us. It's going to be important that we review that, right? Because if you're not taking care of you, and you're really focusing on everybody else, well, eventually that cup's going to run out. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You just get air, right? There's an energy here. Some of us have been in this space of chaos, which really makes sense considering everything that's going on. We've been in this space of chaos, and now as we move into March, it's time to Zen. It's time to find that peace. It's time to find that Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups energy. Queen of Pentacles is someone who's about her back. She's nurturing, she's kind, she's loving. She's definitely there for her people, but she's about her back. Her Queen of Cups, that was the Queen of Pentacles energy. Our Queen of Cups energy, she is someone who is emotionally mature. She's she's balancing her emotions, and she's still being nurturing. She's still being kind. As we begin March and we're dealing with past energies, we're putting more of an emphasis and more of a focus on us individually in relation to connection, how we deal, how we handle things. Overall, we do want happiness and we want success in the collective. This is why this current energy of change is here, is because overall we want that happy family. We want that happy familial connections and love relationships and things like that. And we also want that to balance out with our coin. We want that to balance out with our career. Overall, we want success, right? We want love, happiness, joy, love and happiness, right? This is what we want. So, sometimes we do have to get clear. I do think that sometimes we can be a little bit hasty in us getting clear. We can get a little bit over and indulgent, right? All right, so let's talk about it. What we have going on in our future energy. Everything that, finding out how to be more balanced with Queen of Cups energy, how to be more in your bag with Queen of Pentacles energy, those things that we're coming out of and going into, we're leading with the Ace of Pentacles, and our current energy is one thing that we're reviewing. So this is new beginnings in finance. Maybe your career, maybe you make a job change. Some of you will be making a job change. Some of you will be deciding to go into business for yourself. Some of you will be reviewing how to amplify your abundance, amplify your coin. Ace of Pentacles here says that this is going to be a good month to do that. Spirit is saying here that you have put in the work. You've put in the work. You've planted some seeds. It's time to harvest that crop and watch it grow more and more, right? Like we put one idea into, one idea in place, it begins to grow. We see that, we get excited. We take some of that idea, put it into the next thing, and it begins to grow. Some of you, I'm getting the word of you're trying to have financial abundance, financial security. Some of you are going to be trying to figure out how to let your money work for you and you not work for your money. Manifest, right? That's definitely part of it. But you guys, listen, I'm not one of those spiritualists who's going to tell you to just sit down and visualize all day and it's going to happen. Visualize, do your affirmations, manifest what it is that you desired. But my love, you do also have to put in the work, okay? Have those ideas and don't just leave them in your head. Actually put them out there. And if you don't know where to go or how to start, ask Spirit to show you. Ask Spirit to give you the guidance you need in order to grow your coin and go further. This month is going to be about success, 10 of Pentacles energy. Now, the problem here is that some of you will be faced with infighting. And again, with us starting the month off in a retrograde, there may be some fighting in your family, some chaos, some arguments, petty arguments around your family, around you, that kind of thing, around your relationship, your connections, things like that. Spirit is saying here, if you can avoid it, do so, because not my circus, not my monkeys, right? If it is a reoccurring theme that you are arguing about or in this fight, if you will, about, then it is going to be very important that you take a moment, stop and reflect and figure out what that pattern is. Because as you figure out what that pattern is, you'll begin to be able to know how to adjust the pattern so it doesn't happen again. Thank you. The next card we have here is the King of Swords. This is about using logic to solve your problems. Standing in that King of Swords energy, using logic to solve your problems, being creative, moving like the wind, touching here, touching there, touching a little bit of everywhere to get what it is that you want. Now, some of you may be meeting someone who has that King of Swords type of energy, who is going to help you solve whatever issues you have in relation to having the success that you currently need, and that you're thinking about, especially when it comes to career. Some of you may be dealing with the King of Swords energy in relation to love. And if you are doing that, this is someone who is going to be they may not be the most emotionalist of people, but they're going to be very logical and they do want to see you succeed, okay? Some of you with the Three of Cups energy, you need to spend time out there with friends and family, with people who are truly there for you and truly love and care about you, right? This is going to be that time. It's going to be that space. Get out there. Now, don't get out there and get to partying like crazy people. Like go have fun, because you want to enjoy life, right? But that's going to help solve a lot of the chaos that's happening. It's going to help ease things up. It's getting a break from it. It's getting a moment away from it, all right? Futuristically, overall, we have forward movement. Okay, rapid communication, rapid thoughts, ideas, new projects coming in for you. Some of you, if you're single and you are looking for a connection this month, you're going to have a lot of opportunities. And again, if you're out there socializing with your friends, who knows who you're going to meet, right? Those of you who are in a relationship and you're questioning the connection, you're going to get a lot of insight into your connection this month. And I think on a individual level, I know we're doing collective, right? But individually, we as the collective, we will also be getting a lot of information for ourselves, right? Inner reflection, self-reflection. Yeah, High Priestess is here. So this month is looking like it's going to be a very spiritual month. It's going to be a big month of paying attention to your intuition, your higher self, and your guides, and letting them guide you to the flow of things. All right. The next card I have here in the future, you guys, we may be looking at nostalgic memories. We may be reviewing things from childhood. How did we get started on this journey? What happened for us in childhood that has led us to believe the way we believe now when it comes to relationship and connection, right? What does that look like for us? How does that feel for us? Those are kind of things that we're going to be reviewing as we go throughout the month of March for the collective. Now, if we talk about external influences, wow, yeah, okay, so some of you, as far as external influences, may be dealing with people who, kind of shut down with the Hermit card here. They're kind of going within and reviewing their own stuff without really talking. And part of the reason, they're going within is because they do need to reflect. They do need to view their lives, right? And some of them are dealing with energies where they're feeling left out in the cold somewhere, and they need to learn how to cultivate the flow with the moon card here, how to allow things that have happened in the past, how to balance out those emotions when it comes to the moon card. And some of them may be getting some very big intuitive downloads, and you want to be careful. If this is someone who's close to you, if this is someone in your circle, if this is your person, etc., you want to make sure you're not allowing that to affect your connection, and understand that this is something that they do have to do for themselves individually, because as a collective, this is something that we all have to do for ourselves as we finish out, or as we go throughout the month of March, okay? These things are going to be very important to kind of, review and understand, and not allowing it to affect where we're headed and where we're going. Now, when we talk about the unconscious, let's talk about what's going on the unconscious side of things, right? That's that side that we don't really necessarily acknowledge or know that it's happening that way. So here we're going to be trying to decide what it is on a subconscious, on an unconscious level, what it is that we want, right? Like we unconsciously are making choosing what cup we want to pour into, what cup we want to develop here, right? Like, do we want to develop the wreath that's here? Do we want to develop the snake? Like, what type of things do we want to develop in our lives? And that is what we're working on through the month of March, right? There's going to be, again, like I said, waiting for your ships to come in, making that decision, figuring it all out. Now, you want to make sure you're allowing, right? You want to make sure you're giving and you're receiving. And when you get into these spaces where you're unsure of what to do next, it's going to be, again, as we talked about, it's going to be very important to connect with your higher self. It's going to be very important to allow your ebb and flow of emotions and intuitiveness to guide you. Okay. And that's overall, there's, you guys, the veil is thinning. The veil is very thin right now. So there's going to be a lot for us that we're really not going to have a choice. Spiritual things that we've not dealt with, they're going to come to the forefront. We're going to have to deal with them. That's for this entire year, right? And we're just getting started. So this month is a huge beginning of transformation as we move forward throughout. I am going to switch decks here in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to talk about your influences. I want to talk about our influences as a collective, how we're influencing, our lives, things that are happening, what's going on in the world. Some of us, because of, and again, like I said, if we tie in the political climate, this makes sense. Some of us may be feeling trapped. Some of us may be unsure of how to move. Some of us may be trying to figure out what the next thing is to do. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this card. If this chick here just shook just a little bit, those ropes will fall off. She'd be able to remove the blindfold, grab a sword, and go out wielding it. Okay, like a Xena warrior princess. She would be able to cut through the nonsense and figure it out. And so that's what we're going to do, right? As a collective, if we come together in a collective space saying, hey, what do we need to do to not only make my energetic space better, my loved one's energetic space better, but how do we make our energetic spaces better as a collective? How do we do that as the collective? If we all put our mind and our focus on that together, listen, we would be so unstoppable. It would be unbelievable, okay? The next card we have here is the Two of Wands. Again, making decisions. The world is at our fingertips. Which way are we going? right? These are our external, these are our influences on the situation. This is us making a decision. This is us choosing our lives. This is us co-creating with the universe. Now, like, let's co-create together for the benefit of all, okay? One more, thank you. Moving in the smoother water. So as we do this, as we go throughout the month of March, things that may have been in question, things that may have been a worry, we're going to be moving into smoother waters, and it's going to be beautiful for us. We have the sun card popping out here in this position as well. So you have the ability, okay, to be the sun in the collective energy. And if we are all the sun in the collective energy, or if the majority of us become the sun in the collective energy, well, guess what we're going to get? Sunshine and daisies and butterflies and birds flying and warm summer days and hot summer nights and all those good things that we all love so much. But it starts individually with us. And then we transfer that out into the collective energy. So, you know, you get us together and we focus our mindset. We focus our mindset. And let's talk about the conscious position here for us as the collective. Okay, so we've got that Knight of Cups energy. So consciously, we might be rushing to give our love, right? I want to give you this love. Take it. No, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. That's a little bit much for people. Spirit is saying, advising here, you know, kind of ease up and just kind of go into it and just allow the natural things to happen as they are. Put yourself in a space of receiving. Learn more about something before you rush into it. All right. Emotional connections, whatever that may be. Learn a little bit more before you just dive right in. Dive right in. No. No, learn more. There's a patience that's needed here. There's an allowing a flow that's needed here. There's divine timing that's needed here. So let's not rush in. Let's review everything. Some of you may be going back to school. Some of you may be learning more about either a career position or, you know, even if you are starting your business. I have multiple businesses, right? And so I am learning more about each and every one, right? And that's how growth happens, and that's how it continues overall for the collective. If we are learning more individually about how we move and we're moving for our higher selves, there's no choice but for things to turn around in a healthy way for us. The power is within us, despite what, you know, maybe social media or news channels or whatever would like you to know or us to believe, right? We can't live in a state of fear. If we live in a state of fear, we're going to stay in a state of fear. And honestly, the news and social media, that's kind of geared towards that, right? Living in a state of fear. So we have to get out of that state of fear. We have to get out of that state of fear. Stand in King of Wands energy and be passionate about what it is we want. Be passionate about what it is we're trying to do. Be passionate and determined when it comes to, you know, how we would like to see our world go and how we would like to see our energies as a collective flourish. All right. Now our hopes and fears, right? We definitely fear heartbreak. We fear disappointment. We fear being stabbed in the back, whether it's on a emotional level, career level, financial level, political level, world level. That is a worry for us. Now, the beautiful thing about this card is that, yes, this is stabbed in the back. This is hurt. This is despair. This is all of those things. But when you come out of this, you come out of this so much stronger. You come out of it in a much better place than when you went into it. Because now you know, right? And so you can get yourself out of it. You can pick yourself up because it's up to you. It's your choice. It's your thing to do. And let me tell you something. If you're in a space where you feel like you are super sad, you're super upset, you're super bothered by what's happening either, you know, worldwide, in your country, around, or just in your immediate realm, you go to people who are around you to help lift you up out of that, right? Because again, we're all connected. We're all part of the collective. And so sometimes you have to rely on others to get you out. And then we stand in our Queen of Swords energy. And while our King of Swords, he's passionate. He's getting out there. He's going to go in that masculine energy on the conscientious level. On the subconscious level, we're still passionate. We're still going to go. We're still going to do this. But now we're standing in divine feminine energy. We're standing in our divine feminine, and we're using that to help us cultivate our hopes and make those dreams come true. Give me one more for hopes and fears, please. One more. One more for hopes and fears. I'm being told to switch decks. Bear with me. All right. One more for hopes and fears. Thank you. Three of Pentacles again. right? Three of Pentacles for hopes and fears. So learning more. Again, you guys, this is all about obtaining knowledge as we go throughout the month of March, so that as we obtain more knowledge, we can definitely become better and know more of what it is that we're looking for, what it is that we want, what it is, how we can help the collective, how we can help ourselves individually, and how we can help our families. Because guess what? We are going to have success in the long run, and that is the important part. The High Priestess is popping out again. Manifest, 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 manifest. Connect, connect, connect. Allow Spirit to guide you. This is in the best potential outcome position. So as we go through this transformation in the month of March, when you come out of this, you're going to be more spiritually in line, more spiritually in tune, more spiritually connected. So then those decisions that we have been faced with and we're looking at throughout the entire month doesn't seem so hard. Because listen, it's not hard when you have Spirit on your side and when you are aligned and ascending to your highest good and your highest self. There's nothing really to worry about, because everything happens for a reason. You know that, understand that. You're able to coast through it because you know success is yours, right? You know that because you're so super connected. Give me 2 more, please, for best potential outcome. Thank you. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You come out now. We come out of that into the High Priestess energy. We have abundance here. We have the success here. We have the growth here. We have moving into smoother waters again as we go throughout the month of March. Things easing up, things getting better as we get more and more connected to ourselves spiritually. And we stand in the 9 of Pentacles energy, which is successful, which is someone who's independent, which is someone who is creative, which is someone who does what's best for their highest good, which is someone who stands up for themselves and those of others, those who don't have a voice, those who can't stand up for themselves. They give back that way, and they do that. I'm going to pull just a few angel cards, you guys, and then we're going to get on up out of here. A few angel cards. Thank you. A few angel cards. Give me the messages I need to see. Thank you. There it is. Okay. So leap of faith, you guys. As we go throughout the month of March, we're going to end with the leap of faith card. And this is about believing in yourself, believing in the collective, and believing in spirit, and knowing that we can have anything it is that we are looking for, okay? You guys, thank you for watching. I love that you were here. If this reading resonated with you, please go ahead and let me know in the comments. I probably will do individual sign reads for this month as well, but overall, you guys, I love it. This is the leap of faith. We're doing it. We're going to do it big, and it's going to be a great month. Just allow the flow, allow the transformation. Don't fight spirit, because spirit is always working for you. Peace and blessings and one love.